Hey guys, welcome to the first official episode of Budget Tutorials. This is a show where I show you how to make your own spray paint art for a fraction of the cost of what the usual is. Today I'll be showing you how to paint Captain America with the beard, because that's tight as fuck. What we'll need is 6 to 7 sheets of glossy printer paper or poster board, depending on your preferred surface, which will come out to as low as 5 cents a piece, making the total on paper as low as 35 cents, compared to the usual of about $2.50 for heavier cardstock and an 8x10 inch canvas, saving you 84% of your money. That's a lot of fucking saving. Next up, we're going to need some spray paint. I typically like to use Montana spray paint or even standard Rust-Oleum, but those can range from $4 to $8 a can. And if you just want to work on a little project, that's just fucking ridiculous, and you could spend $50 on paint alone. Instead, we'll work with Color Place, which you can pick up at Walmart for about $1 a can, and instead of using 7 different colors, we'll just use, wait for it, 2. That's right, 2. Yeah, just black and white, totaling up to, you guessed it, $2. Before we start, make sure you get some protection for your face and hands because you do not want to be breathing this stuff in. You should always have a respirator, which you can pick up at the nearest Menards or other hardware store for about $20. If you don't have the money right now, a bandana or piece of cloth big enough to wrap around your head will do. But make sure you get a respirator if you continue to do this. That thing is dirty. Okay, that's good. Also get some gloves if you can. To start, we'll need a base. So we'll pull out our can of black. Make sure to shake it up real good to break up those pigments. Smack it around a bit if you have to. Just spray it lightly across your surface and make sure not to let it pile up in one spot, or you're just going to get some nasty looking soup and it's not going to taste like chicken noodle. Go back to the lighter spots if necessary. Make sure that you let the first layer sit for at least 2 hours. Every layer after that isn't just misted, just 1 hour. It's just this one takes a lot more time to dry. Next, we're going to spray our darkest layer of white, or gray. And if you guys want to use this exact painting for reference, feel free to go to my site and download it for free. Otherwise, you can go to my Patreon, where I lay out every single stencil, and you can use them to kind of do exactly what I'm showing you in this video. Make sure to hold it far away from the stencil in order to just mist it. Didn't hear that last part? Then you just missed it. If you need to lift up the stencil to check the difference between any layer, make sure you hold one hand on one side of the paper. Just make sure you don't touch any of the paint that's on your surface, and lift up on the opposite side. And that's just so that you can place it back down if you need to in the exact same spot, so you don't have to worry about moving and things like that and realigning it, because that shit is annoying. If you're satisfied with the color, just put one finger on one side and lift up with the other side. That way you avoid any smudging or things like that, because that can really screw up your painting. For this next layer, you're going to have to make sure it's lined up with the previous layer, just so you avoid any sort of like funk with it. Like sometimes it can look blurry because of it, or just, I don't know, like you're trying to go for Da Vinci and you end up with a Picasso, which is fine if that's what you're going for. So what you need to do is look for 2 spots that line up, and just make sure they're perfectly on there, because you'll get it every time if you do that. Again, just lightly spray until you're satisfied with the difference in shades between the last layer and this layer. For these next few layers, just repeat the process. Just make sure none of them are purely white, because that's for the second to last layer. For the second to last layer, make sure to get a nice white color. Just don't go too heavy, or else it's going to be soupy and it's going to drip all over your painting and you're just going to have to start all over. And I know these are cheap, but it's still really annoying when you do that. I've been doing this for over 4 years and I still do that. So You're always gonna have little mistakes, and it's fine. Just keep learning, and you'll get it. Uh, the best way to do this is to bring the can at about a medium distance. I never go close with anything because that can just result in big blasts of one color, and that by itself can just make it soupy and ruin the painting. So just proceed with caution, kind of mist it until it's a nice white. Just don't hold it down because that always messes it up. I know sometimes you kind of feel like you're in a hurry and so you hold it down. I know I still do that, but it's not the best way to go about it. And everybody I've taught so far continues to do that even after my teaching and everything, because it really is a better way to do it. For the last layer, I usually prefer to have a different color to make these black and whites really pop out, or if I do the painting in color, it's really nice. Even though it's not completely necessary, you can just use a can of white, spray it directly at the edge, do it quick, that way it doesn't get soupy, and you get a nice glow on the edge, and the background just has a natural mist to it. In total, you could create this exact same painting for about 45 cents worth of product, or $2.35 if you're buying brand new spray paint cans. Whereas if you were to do this, it would take about $3.62 worth of product and up to $60 worth of new spray paint cans. And that shit's fucking crazy. Just so you guys know, if you don't feel like painting these yourselves, or you just want an actual painting from me, both versions are available in my shop below. Make sure you subscribe for videos like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every other week I'll be releasing the Cospainter videos, where I take a little more of a cinematic angle. Every so often I'll be doing angry paintings and drunk paintings, which can get a little ridiculous. I'll always have tons of vlogs every week, which you may like them or you may get annoyed at my voice. It is pretty nasally right now. It's fucking April in Wisconsin. It was warm as fuck earlier. It was 50 degrees, and now it's like fucking 35 or some shit. Gotta put on my goddamn sweatshirt. Oh, fuck. Fuck. If you enjoyed this, please like it, comment if you liked it, or if you want me to change something, or if you think something would be better. Really any criticism, good or bad, please be good. I'm sensitive. Otherwise, see you guys soon-ish. Fuck.